Monday, August 2nd, 2 a.m. I fell asleep in my clothes again. I didn't mean to. I was exhausted when I got home. What happened? So I figured this weekend, being that it's my last weekend in LA for now, since I'm moving in a few days, I gave myself, like, you know what, I'm just gonna relax. I've been going with the flow, so I'm just gonna keep going with the flow, because things are still aligning, syncing it, right? Like, I'm not rushing anything. Just like it's doing it by itself. So so I thought, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna go with the flow. You know, when I'm able to pack, I'll pack. And you know, and then when I need a rest, I rest. So that's what I've been doing. And yesterday, 2 days ago, Saturday, I was invited to a birthday party dance. We went dancing, a group of us, and these people are amazing, just so much fun. And I'm grateful that they're a part of my life. And yeah, and so, oh, excuse me. So we went dancing, and I figured, you know, I had always wanted to go dancing for many years. And so I'm like, okay, we'll go dancing. I didn't stop dancing since we got there. We got there 9:30, and it ended close to 2. I danced the whole time. The whole time. The whole time. And so yesterday in the morning I woke up and my knees were like hurting. And I was like, oh, my knees. And they're still sore. And so I have these vitamins to help with like my joints and stuff. I don't know if I mentioned when I ran the marathon, because of the overuse of my joints, they started like kind of like they'll start like cracking, and then there's no pain when they crack. And so I noticed that when I overuse them, they'll start cracking again. But this time it was just like they were sore. They were just sore. Excuse me, that's just fine. But so that happened. And so I got home late. And then I had made plans the following morning with my other friend. My photographer friend. Just to catch up, cause and then to tell him, I told him, I'm like, hey, I'm leaving. So we decided to do like a last minute, just a last minute, you know, hangout. Oops. Last minute hangout before I leave. So we did that in the morning. That was fun. And then right after that, I had already, I made a date with myself. I had seen that the LA art show was going on, and I'd never been, and it was only for this weekend. So I bought tickets. I was like, you know, I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna take myself out on the town. So it was so great. Like I think there was a part of me that just wanted to be immersed in art. And then I'm still looking for my waves or something similar to it. So I went and I wanted to spend the whole time. I was like, okay, it's from 12 to 6. I'm gonna be there early. And I'm glad I did, because there was a lot to see. And it was so just cool just to see, you know, the artists and you know, when you see their individual flair when it comes to their style. And then this whole time too, like I'm thinking, like what would be my style, right? Because I still want to continue tapping into that side of myself. And then I was even thinking as I was packing stuff up, like now that I know what it takes to do a market, right? I'm like, you know, I'm gonna be in San Francisco. I really enjoy doing the markets there. I'm like, I'm gonna do that. You know, just for fun, just for me, and do art, and I just need to find what my flair is. And I still feel like it's gonna be like some type of collage stuff, but in a way, find a way to have like this signature, right? This signature, like like, you know, every artist is known for something within their art for the most part, right? Like there's a style. So I'm trying to figure out what that is for me. So going to the art show was just really inspirational, you know. And there were a lot of like different people with different collages and stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. And it was just amazing. I did find what I was really attracted about this particular art show was that they were incorporating technology. They were incorporating technology into art, and so I did find a piece that had similar motion of waves, and then also when the light is beaming and it's like just beaming, like I found something that resembles it, and so I got really excited and I recorded some of it, and my phone stopped working because I was recording too much. So I was like, dang it. But if I'm able to find that video, I'll show you. I'll include it. And it was just the slow motion of it. It was the exact motion of like how the light, how the light, the beaming, I guess, I don't know. But I'm still trying to figure out how to like when it starts moving, or when the shadow starts like shifting from just this to like an actual, you know, like when a pattern, when a cycle is closing, right? Or what if it starts doing this, or when it starts doing this, like the movement from just different parts that I have yet to find, but the general like motion I found. So I was really excited. I was just like, it was amazing to just be in front of a lot of those pieces and just kind of be like taken in. And then it was really cool because then you get to meet some of the artists. So that was a lot of fun. And then after that, I had made plans to go see my ex-in-laws. Because, you know, my ex-mother-in-law had reached out, and you know, I'm moving, so I want to let them know, you know, they've been a big support, a big help before, and so I wanted to spend a little bit of time with them. So I did. That was nice. And my ex was there, and I reached out to him too, and I told him, hey, I'm gonna go over, you know, to see your parents, and then we talked about, like, you know, he's helping me out with something before I move out, and so we were coordinating that. But it was interesting because, one, he was really chatty catty, and I'm not used to him being so chatty, and just updating me on, like, you know, and I had asked him, like, hey, what's new with you and stuff, how's work, and so he just started telling me, like, what's been going on. I was like, oh wow, like, he's talking a lot. But during our interaction, like, I was, like, just being present in the moment and just staring at him almost, like, and just trying to feel my way through it, of being in that space, right? This space that I once called home, and the feeling that I would get, right, when I would arrive there, and how trying to remember if it truly did feel like home before, you know, like, trying to remember if, like, I know he felt like home. There was a certain element that he felt like home, and I'm trying to sit with it for a minute, and I'm staring at him while he's talking, and I'm trying to remember, trying to recognize my feelings towards him, and trying to see if what I'm feeling now was how I felt for him then. I mean, because I love my ex, like, I truly do. I've always loved him, I know that much. But I was staring at him, and I was just trying to, like, figure out if this love that I felt for him, it's an unconditional love. I think I mentioned it before, like, he's always going to be family. But trying to figure out if this love that I feel for him, it just felt neutral. Like, it just felt very, like, unconditional, like, I just love you. You know, like, I just love you. And trying to figure out if this feeling that I currently had towards him as I'm staring at him is the same feeling that I used to have, or if it shifted to this type of feeling of, like, just neutral love, right? I mean, after experiencing what I've experienced, right, and feeling that extreme side, I was just it was interesting because I was just staring at him and trying to sit with the feeling, and then wondering, like, is this how it always felt towards him, or is this what it feels like when things just start kind of leveling out, right? I mean, I shared a life with this man, you know, for so many years, and but also recognizing that for many years there was this emotional numbness, right? This emotional detachment that I had. I mean, like, I remember the day of my marriage. Like, I see other people's videos and stuff, and I don't remember feeling that. I think that's how emotionally, like, disconnected I was. And so that's why it was just weird, because I was just trying to sit with it and trying to feel my way through it. And as much as I know that I love him, it felt like this neutral, like, unconditional love, right? Not too extreme. And then just wondering, like, did I ever feel anything more, right? Because during that time I was closed off. Not to say that I was closed off all the time. I mean, I showed emotion. You know, I mean, I would cry sometimes, but it was just the weirdest feeling. And then looking at him, and there was also this sense of, like, this doesn't, not just him, but the environment, and realizing this no longer feels like home. It's just familiar, but it doesn't feel like home. Which tripped me out. It just tripped me out. And I was just trying to figure out, is it because it's been a year? You know, but even then, it never really, I mean, there was a certain element of knowing that it's home. But emotionally, again, I don't know if it's because I was emotionally very much disconnected during most of that time frame, right, in my life. It was just weird. It was just this weird, like, I would enter his apartment and then my in-laws space, and just knowing, like, this is familiar, but it doesn't feel like home anymore. And then in my head, I'm thinking, well, what is home for me? And then for me, it's like my space, my apartment is home. You know, listening to MJ in the mornings is home, right? Dancing, putting my music on, dancing is home, right? And then thinking about all the little things that I do, that I put energy towards, that feels like home. And then just wondering, like, is that what happens? Is this what's supposed to happen? Right? In a situation like this, I mean, I don't know. Never been separated before. Never been divorced. I've never been, you know. And just wondering, right? Is this what it's supposed to feel like? But then also wondering, like, I wonder who else might feel this way, right? Because usually with separations, like, they're usually, like, not great separations, right? Like, the couple doesn't talk to each other. They don't like, they're not on good terms, or if they are, it's very cold. It's very like, I only have to talk to you because it's about the kids, right? Or you know. But so I don't know. But that came to mind, and then just realizing, like, other things that I used to consider home, will those emotions also go away, right? And be just this memory of what once was. It's too much in my head, right? too much thinking. Too much thinking about my feelings. Like, I was just trying to, like, feel and be present, and it was just weird because I was just staring at him as he was talking. He's, you know, being shy catty and just updating me. It was so much fun to hear, like, what was going on with him. But at the same time, I'm, like, in my head thinking, like, I shared a life with this man. Like, I wonder what emotions, like, I mean, I recognize other emotions, but I was really trying to tap into the love part of it. You know? I don't know. I'm just overthinking it. Just is. Yeah. So that happened. That's it. I fell asleep in my clothes. I was just supposed to close my eyes for a little bit. Note to self: if you ever cook, if you're watching this again, if you ever cook fish, make sure you take out the trash after you're done, because the apartment smells like fish. You forgot to take out the trash after cooking all that fish. So I need to take out the trash tomorrow. because I walked in, I was like, oh no. I'm turning in the apartment and it just can't smell like this, so don't forget. Till next time.
My name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next for me. So take care.